if you're looking for a super cute trick or treat gifts, then check out this tutorial to make these book magnets. They are so easy to make and I'm going to show you how. Hi, I'm Sarah and I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel, and today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute book magnets. So I've made a couple with different initials on. I've used my brand new free witch alphabet, which is available to download for free off the website, so I will drop the link below for that. And I've made these personalised for my goddaughters and they're so easy to make. So this is the printable magnetic paper. It works, so there it is on my book. They're super easy to make. You just use the free shapes and upload my free alphabet. So let's pop onto Cricut Design Space and I'm going to show you how it's done. So we're going to start by uploading your chosen witch letters or numbers to Cricut Design Space. Now you can use any images, numbers, letters, it's totally your choice, but I wanted these to be personalised for a Halloween project. So you're going to save it as a flat graphic and then upload it to Design Space. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few more. And once they're all uploaded, I can just resize them, make them smaller. I'll make them bigger so that the quality is there. And there we go, we're ready to get started on our magnets. I might just grab a few more. But first we are going to grab a circle and a square from the free shapes bar. And these are what we're going to make our magnet out of. Now I'm going to make my magnet sheet white, so I'm going to start just by going to the bottom right and making my background colour a pale lilac. So you just click on that and then click on advanced and you can drag the picker to make it pale. And now when I turn my project white, I can see that. So I've just made my circle a little bit smaller. I'm now going to grab a square and I'm going to unlock that. So when you go to the top bar, you've got your little padlock there, and I'm going to drag it long because this is going to be like a bit of a chain effect, like a flip over in between my two magnets. Now I'm going to duplicate my circle, and that's how I'm going to make my magnet. Now if you've got Design Space access, you could use a scalloped edge circle, which would look great, but I haven't got that anymore, so I'm just going to use two circles. And then once I've got them where I want them, then you can select all, go up to align and make sure that you centrally align them. And what that's going to do is it's just going to make sure that they're level and everything is central. Once you are happy, then you can select all, which is those three layers, and you can click weld. That's going to make it one image. I'm going to turn that white and I'm going to add an offset. The reason I want an offset is because I want to have a bit of detail around the edge. So I'm going to just change this to print and cut, click on the image, go to the top to offset, and I just want a tiny one, and I'm going to make it the colour of my witch's hat. So I'm going to click on the purple, go on maybe advanced and just deepen that down so it's a darker shade. Once I'm happy, I'll select all and flatten that, because then that will become one layer that I can start to edit. So I don't want to weld it, I want to flatten it. We're going to start arranging our bookmark. So I'm going to start with the letter A, and I am going to put one letter on each side so that you can see it on each side of the bookmark. I'm going to duplicate this first because I'm going to make multiple copies. I'm going to duplicate my A, and then what you want to do is flip it so that it mirrors on the other side. So when you flip it over the book, you can see the A on either side. Now I am about to make a mistake here, but I'm going to rectify it after. So when you make your A, you want it the other way around to mine. So you want it facing outwards, not inwards, because when it flips over your book, that way is going to be upside down. So I'm going to fast forward making these, and it's just about putting one letter at each end. But yeah, your letter needs to be facing in the other direction, which I will correct later on in the video. What I'm going to do now is, once I've got those, I'm going to grab some stars. So I'm going to get a star and create an offset. I've made it a little bit rounded, and then I've created another offset just so it's purple with a little black outline. And I'm going to line those up, because what I want to do is I want to just put those along the centre of my bookmark just to add a little bit of detail. So I'm just changing the direction on them just to make them all different directions so they're not just all sat in a line. I'm going to align them all centrally, and then I can put them on my bookmark. So I'm just trying to work out whether to do a pattern, but I decided ultimately to go for a row. And you can see now as the row is building up on the magnet, that just gives it a bit of a finish. So we can do that on both magnets, and I am going to make 2 more. So at this point I've got 3, but this is the point where I realised they were upside down, so I'm now flipping them all around. And it's just, what I'd done was I'd printed a test cut and realised that not only were they too big, when you flipped them over the letters were upside down. And it's the little details like that you've really got to think of. Are they the right way? Are they upside down? So that when they come out you're not wasting products. And what I really didn't want to do is waste my magnetic sheet. So I'm so glad I just did a print cut first, which then makes me realise my mistakes. So once I've finished rearranging those, I then have also resized them. So I'm going to drag them smaller because I want them 6 inches wide by 2 deep. As I say, they were just too big. And then I'm going to add my 4th so that I will fit 4 magnets on a sheet, because you don't want them to be too big. They've got to fit nicely over the book and look good and not waste too much product at the same time. So what I'm going to do is just unflatten them all. I'm going to select the S and I'm going to duplicate that because I think I want to keep one of these for myself as well. Position that underneath. Make sure that everything is close together but not touching. Then I can just select it all now and flatten it, ready to print and cut. Click make. And there we go, they're all ready and sat on the mat. Click continue, and that will take you to the next page so that you can send it to print. Now this must have been my test cut because for some reason I haven't used system dialog, but you want to click system dialog and then click print. If nothing happens, you want to reduce design space, and then behind design space you will get a box where you choose your quality and you want the fine or best quality. You can print off your magnets on your magnetic card paper and send it through to cut on your Cricut. So you want it on printable magnetic sheet and more pressure. And there you go, this is print and cut, and the quality, this is the magnetic paper, and the quality is so much better when you cut it off on fine. And I just love that alphabet, so cute. And there they are, cutting out my magnets. I just love how that's turned out already, and it's really worked. So when I did a test cut first, and you can see there the difference. I just made them a little bit smaller, and this is just on paper on low quality settings, but it's definitely worth doing that just to make sure that you get your sizing right. And I'm glad I did, because I made them a little bit smaller, added an extra one onto the sheet. And here we are. I'm going to just peel that off my mat. Now I need to alter my settings for this because they're just one under, but it does come off. And look at those. And how did you find that? Aren't they easy to make? They're just so simple, and they make really great gifts. They're good for cards. Now, because obviously this is quite a thin magnetic cardstock, and it does work on a page, but it doesn't work on cards. And I think it's just because the cardstock's so thick. But if I was making that on a card, I would cut a loop out in the card so that you can just loop it through, and then that'd be a great card gift. You could actually do a printable paper card with a message and loop that through, but that would be a really great gift. One thing I will say is do a test cut first. So I did my test cut on paper, and this was my first test cut, and it was too big. And when you look at the difference in sizes, so I can clip this, it just was too big. I'd also put my letters the wrong way round, and what's really important is I'd done them facing in. You need to do them facing out, because when they're on a book you want to be able to see the letter facing you, not upside down. That doesn't make sense. So yeah, do a test cut, and then you can look at it and think, right, what's wrong, and correct it before you print it out on your magnetic paper, because then you're talking, you know, nearly £1 a sheet, so you want to get that right. But if you're making it for your class or for just to give out, you could put little messages on for Halloween, or if you're like I did, making it for Pacific people, then it's a really great little treat and really easy to make. Perfect for Halloween snuggle kits. I can't remember what they call them now, but you know when you make I used to make them for my boys, like a Halloween movie, some treats, some popcorn, a spooky book with a bookmark. So that's a really great option as well. Please check out my other videos. I've got lots of tutorials. I've also got a tutorial on how to make a double-sided print and cut bookmarks as well. So that's another option if you don't want to use the magnetic paper, but they just make great gifts. They both do. Thank you so much for crafting along, and I will see you next time. Happy crafting.